y'all? What's poppin'? This is D. About to react to this video by Impressive. This is Saweetie denies benefiting from pretty privilege. Doja Cat's Planet Her, Justine Skye, etc. Y'all go support Impressive, by the way. She is killing it on YouTube with the gossip and media talk. She has the most visually pleasing videos that I can find, honestly. So that's why I react to her videos quite a bit. But y'all make sure y'all go support her, subscribe to her, and all that. But yeah, let's see Saweetie lie through her teeth. Let's watch.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Impressive channel. There are several topics I want to cover in this video. First, I want to briefly give a shout out to some R&B artists because there are some female R&B artists who are really putting out some great music right now. There's an artist named Mariba who released a single last month called Rider. And I really like this song. If you get a chance, check out her EP as well. But this song, Rider, has been on repeat for me. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Also, another song I've been loving is this song called Countless Times by an artist named Mars. Mars is definitely an artist to look out for. She did release an EP called Love Letters, and she makes good music. But I really do love Countless Times. Also, Mariah the Scientist released a single called To You. And this song has been on repeat for me as well. The melody is just so beautiful and the visuals are beautiful. I love the whole galaxy space theme aesthetic.
She looks like that booty model.
Also, Seven Streeter released a video for her single Guilty. And some of you all know that I am a big Seven Streeter fan because I just love her music. She always makes good music, and I'm gonna always support her, especially now that she's an independent artist. Now, I do want to briefly talk about some albums. One of the albums I want to talk about is Her's album, Back of My Mind. Now, this is Her's official album that she's released since she's been out. Before, she only has released EPs, but last week she did release her album, Back of My Mind, and there were a few songs on the album that I really did like. I liked We Made It. I liked Cheat Code, Process. I love Process. Damage is also a great song. And Come Through featuring Chris Brown and Paradise featuring Young Blue are also good songs as well. Overall, I wasn't super impressed with the album.
Really?
I guess I was expecting more since this is Her's official album, but I felt like the album was too long. And some of the songs were a little too mellow for me, and I don't know. I hate to say it, but kind of boring. Aesthetic. I think Her is very, very, very talented, but her voice doesn't really mesh all that well with super slow, mellow songs. I think when she sings in her falsetto, that's when the song becomes more interesting. But I think she could benefit from doing more up-tempo songs. I'm not saying that she has to do dance songs or anything like that, but I think her voice works better with more livelier songs. And if she does do a slow song, I would want her to do or use melodies that aren't so monotonous.
I am still to this day obsessed with her first, I guess it was the EP, I thought it was an album, where she combined like a few different mixtapes or whatever that she had, or EPs that she had, I don't know what it's called, but most of those tracks were really slow, and that EP album, whatever it was it's gold. I was about to say was gold. No, it is gold. And yes, she's singing. They're very slow songs for the most part, and I think that's when she's really in her element. That's what I think works really well with her voice. But
overall, I thought the album was cool. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it either, if that makes sense. I thought the writing was great. I liked a lot of the songs. But I didn't think the album needed to be so long. I don't think it needed to have 21 songs.
That is a lot of songs.
But that's just my opinion. Now on to Justine Skye. Justine Skye just released her album called Space in Time. And I actually really, really like this project. Justine actually worked with the producer Timbaland on this album, and I thought the production was flawless. You can never go wrong with a Timbaland production. I think he's at his best when he produces R&B music. The production was super clean, and I really liked a lot of the songs. I like About Time, In My Bag, Do It Right, Hey Sucker, Twisted Fantasy, Intruded. Pretty much every song on the album, if I'm being honest. And also, I like that song. It's kind of an upbeat Afrobeat song. I thought the melody in the chorus was really hypnotic. but the whole album to me was really a vibe. Sonically, I thought the album was on point, and I like some of the melodies that Justine used. The only thing I will say though is some of the songs were a little too short, and I did feel like some of the songs lacked a little extra something. I think she could have challenged herself to do more intricate harmonies because I really think that would have made a difference.
I still remember
in some
her
of her
from
songs,
Tumblr
but
years ago.
overall, I really did like
she
the
was
album.
in this little
I'm not
corny
complaining
relationship,
about it,
and
but
her
I'm just pointing out something that could
her
have
and
been
this
added.
dude would post all the
Now,
time.
let me talk about Doja Cat's album. Doja Cat recently...
I reviewed this on my Patreon, by the way. I gave a full review. Go check that out and subscribe to my Patreon if you're interested in my thoughts.
dropped her album Planet Her, and I have to be honest and say that this is the best album that I've heard so far this year. It's probably Doja's best body of work. Planet Her is definitely better than Hot Pink in my opinion, and it rivals Arma as well. Yeah. So Doja Cat really dropped a great project. She always manages to be very versatile and creative with her sound, and there were a lot of sounds that she experimented with on this album. It was mostly a pop and R&B album, but it did have some elements of hip-hop, Afrobeat, and dance. And I like some of the unique sounds that were used in her beats. I'm going to talk about some of the songs that I personally liked a lot. One of the songs was the single that she released with The Weeknd called You're Right. That song is a bop. I love the musical chemistry between Doja and The Weeknd. Also, Doja did drop visuals for this song, and I thought the visuals were amazing too. She used this whole astrology concept for her video. She personified her Libra sign, and The Weeknd personified his Aquarius sign. And I thought that concept was pretty unique and interesting. Also, I love the fact that Doja has been consistent with her whole outer space theme. She went from being an astrology symbol in the galaxy to being an alien in her video Need to Know, to being an extraterrestrial being in her video Kiss Me More. She's been so creative with the whole outer space themes, and she understands the assignment and gets it right every single time. Also, another song I liked on the album was her song Woman. Woman is an up-tempo Afrobeat song. It's very addictive. I love the hook. I like the lyrical content as well. It was a woman's empowerment song, and I thought it was a great way to open up the album. Also, there was another song that I actually loved, which was her song Payday featuring Young Thug. This song is probably in my top 3 favorites on the album. Doja's cadence and melodies in this song kind of reminded me of how she sounded in her song Shine.
I'm gonna include a short clip of y'all of what I thought of Payday from my review. I might insert that.
But Payday is a better song to me. And Young Thug was the perfect addition to this track. His unique style of rapping and singing meshed so well with Doja.
I
thought it was the perfect combo. Also, another perfect collaboration was the song Doja had with the artist J.I.D. And the song was called Options. And J.I.D.'s verse was freaking crazy. Like, he's such an underrated lyricist. Also, another song that stood out was the song Ain't Ish. This song is hilarious, it's great, but it's also a little controversial, especially that hook. She was basically saying that N-words ain't ish, and I think that whole line is going to start some conversation. Now, Doja is not the first rapper to use the N-word, so I'm not singling her out for it, but I'm just thinking about all of her non-black fans singing that song at the top of their lungs, and I'm just like,
that ain't no different than
I don't know.
Everybody else who got a whole bunch of non-black
the song
fans.
is a banger. Doja was dragging her No Good Man in the most savage and humorous way. It was entertaining, and the song is catchy, but if Doja were to ever release this as a single, it would definitely ruffle a lot of feathers. But I have a feeling that somewhere down the line she might release it, because it is a fan favorite. Another one of my favorite songs on the album was I Don't Do Drugs, which features Ariana Grande. I love the beat. I love the melody on the hook. I thought it was very infectious. And the vocal layering was on point. And Ariana's voice was literally like honey on this song. She really compliments Doja very well. And it's crazy to me how Doja is able to sound so good alongside Ariana, because Doja is not really the best singer, but her musicality is very impressive to me. She does a
That's
lot
true.
of
I agree with
detailed
that.
harmonies and melodies. And I like how she's able to transition between singing and rapping. She does it so effortlessly, and she was able to keep up with Ariana on this song. The song is great. It's definitely in my top three. Also, Doja had some slower tempo songs on the album that were good. Love to Dream, Been Like This, Imagine, Alone, all were great, especially Been Like This. I love Been Like This. It kind of reminds me of Streets. And one thing I will say, I really do like the fact that Doja got more personal on this album. She reflected on her success and her broken relationships, and she did show a little bit of vulnerability. And I like the fact that she was able to give more depth because normally her music tends to be on the shallow side and the sexual side, but she did broaden her content on this album. Overall, I
These
didn't
are
think
really
there were any
pretty
bad songs on the
photos.
album, to be honest.
Are they
Kiss
all
Me More and Need to Know are
related to
good.
this album?
Also, Doja added a deluxe side to the album and added 4 new songs. And I thought her bonus songs were good too. Even though the audio wasn't as crisp, I could tell that she just added it for extra streams. But I like the song Up and Down. I like YY featuring Gunna and Ride. They were actually good filler songs. The album as a whole was great, but there are a few songs that I wasn't too big on. I wasn't too crazy about her song Tonight, but I like the fact that she actually collaborated with Eve. I don't see a lot of the newer female rappers reaching out to Eve like that, so I thought that was dope. Also, another song I didn't care for was Naked. Naked was okay. It wasn't bad, but it's a song that I could see myself skipping in the future. Also, Get Into It, Yeah, was kind of weird to me because I liked it, but then I didn't. I'm kind of confused about how I feel about Get Into It, Yeah. It's definitely catchy and it's playful, and it sounds like a mix between Coi Leray, Playboy Cardi,
That's the
and Nicki
problem.
Minaj. If those three were to collaborate on a
Nicki,
song
but
together,
the first
this is
two,
what it
I
would sound
agree.
like. It was very
And
hyper
that's the
and
problem.
animated. And Doja did give a shout out to Nicki at the end of the song because her whole flow and voice on the song sounded a lot like Nicki. So she did this to pay homage to her, and I thought it was cute. But the song itself was a little different. I don't know how I feel about it still. I have a love-hate relationship
It's
with
enough
it.
for me,
So
dog.
it's not a song that I would skip, but it's still
Oh,
not
it's
a
getting
song that
skipped.
I'm really into just yet. It's kind of hard to explain, but overall, I thought Planet Her was a great album, and it's definitely going to take Doja to another level in her career.
Yes,
she's
Doja.
definitely proving that she's an artist who is here to stay, and I'm here for it. Now, on to the last topic. I want to briefly
On to
talk
this
about
lie.
Saweetie. Now, recently, Saweetie did an interview on Nick
No, she
Cannon's
did
morning
not
show
say
on
this.
Power 106, and she talked about pretty privilege, and she says that it has worked against her, not for her.
Honestly, throughout my whole life, me pretty was
If
kind of like
delusion was a person.
it was a way. It was kind of how do I say this? It wasn't a privilege for me. I was judged. Rumors were made up about me, and it was kind of always working against me. And it's just like for me, I never thought of pretty as glamorizing my existence as a human being. So when I say pretty music, I'm not talking about your face. I'm talking about your aura. I'm talking about your energy.
Girl,
I'm talking about
lies.
yourself.
You got
Lies,
pretty
yeah.
energy.
Yeah, nobody want those things.
She always talk
Hey,
about
it
being
is the
pretty,
opposite of
but now
ugly.
you
Like,
saying,
it's
oh no,
like-
it's
Right,
deeper.
but when
I ain't
say
talking
pretty, I
about
think the
looks.
biggest misconception is
Girl,
people thinking about fashion or your eyes or your jewelry or your makeup. But for me, pretty is like your confidence.
So that's what Saweetie had to say, and I do think what she said was positive. I like the message, but I did find it interesting that Saweetie said being pretty worked against her. And she was saying this based off of her own experience growing up, and I'm not going to take away from her own experiences, but as far as her being in the industry, I definitely feel like Saweetie benefited from her looks. She has the
absolutely.
right
Everybody
skin
know
tone and
that.
the right features that are considered to be marketable in the music industry. Now, is that to say she only got to where she is today because of her looks? No, I do believe that she had connections and she had the right team behind her, and also she knows how to market herself. So that has helped her get to where she is. But I don't think she would have gotten as far in the industry if she didn't look the way she looked. People don't praise her for her rapping skills or her music. They more so praise her for her looks and her overall brand. So you can't really deny that Saweetie has benefited from pretty girl privilege, because in a lot of ways she has. And I don't think Saweetie just wants to coast on being pretty. She is about her business and about her brand, which is a good thing. But at the same time, if she wants to be taken seriously, she really has to step it up when it comes to her craft, because she has been lacking in that area. I think she's been focusing more on the image, but not enough on the music. So I think Saweetie has to work extra hard in creating better music and rapping better and also performing better. I do know that she has been trying to perform better. I saw her performance on Jimmy Kimmel, and I noticed some improvements with her breath control and her stage presence. So I think it's good that she's working on that, but she definitely has a lot more work to do. And with the right amount of dedication, she can get to a point where people can respect her for her craft. Anyway, tell what you all think.
I'm sorry, I can't just let Saweetie sit up here and lie like this. Like, girl, what? You sitting here and acting like your pretty privilege has not gotten you very far in life is so ridiculous. And you talking about when you were a child and how people made up rumors about me and talked shit about me and picked on me. Sis, that's a lot of people's experience because kids are trash. So a lot of people go through that same experience regardless of how they look. But if I had to bet money on it, I would say your pretty privilege and the positives that you experienced even as a child probably greatly outweighed those negatives. So what? That just sounds to me like a rich kid being like, oh my God, people made fun of me because I had so much money and I was so rich. Like, girl, okay. But you know, that was her experience. I'm not gonna take away from that. It's valid. It's what she experienced, sure. But fuck all that. That's not what Nick Cannon was talking about, I'm sure. He's talking about your experience now in the music industry. Nobody's talking about what happened to you decades ago. Like, what does that have to do with right now? We're talking about your pretty privilege and how far it's gotten you with your career. And it is the only reason why you are popping. I'm sorry to say, your music is trash. It's terrible. For the most part. You have a couple songs that are cool, but nobody is playing your music. I don't go out and hear Saweetie. I don't hear people playing your shit and getting hyped to it. I don't get in people's car and they like, ooh, turn on that Saweetie. At all. People are not talking about your music, girl. It's not good. You are very attractive, and that's why people are interested in you. Your last relationship with Quavo really took you to another level as well. It really elevated your status. You think Quavo would have been interested in you if you were not as attractive as you are? No. He was interested in you because you're really attractive. So your pretty privilege even got you with Quavo. So it's like, girl, stop it. Stop it. I just can't sit here and let her lie like that. Like, that's why you are popping. I'm not saying that she ain't got fans and that there aren't people who do like her music. I'm sure there are, obviously. But a lot of people, that they like you because you're nice to look at. And it is what the fuck it is on that shit. But don't sit up here and be like, nah, that's not pretty privilege. And when I'm saying pretty, I'm not talking about looks. I'm talking about your soul. Girl, get the fuck out of my face. But sure, whatever. If that's what she want to say, that's how she want to lie. That's on her. Okay. Doja Cat, yeah, I like her album. Spoiler alert. But I did a full review on my Patreon. I definitely want to check out Justine, Sky, and the couple other people that she mentioned as well. I will look them up. I have not finished her album, and I love her, but it is long as fuck. I've gotten like halfway through, and the reason why it's taking me so long is because I listen to a lot of music when I'm at the gym, and hers music is just too slow to listen to at the gym. So yeah, it's taking me a while. And then when I do turn her album on, I'm really going back to the earlier songs because they're really, really good. So I end up playing the songs that I already played that I really like. So I have a hard time getting through anyway. But yeah, I fuck with the album too so far. But yeah, I want to check out these other people's music. So I will definitely look into that. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all thought about this video though. Let me know what other videos you want me to watch, and I'll see you in the next one.